Welcome to the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania, where tonight CUTV will be covering men's soccer action for the Vulcans. I'm Zach Prowswell, joining me, Matthew Hagee. Now, Matt, coming into this game, the Vulcans are on a little bit of a streak where they're really kind of disappointing results, especially their last game. Go ahead and talk about that matchup with Bloomsburg real fast.
And it was a really heartbreaking matchup for the Vulcans because Bloomsburg's second right now in the PSAC behind these Mercyhurst Lakers. They lost on an own goal with 3 seconds left. One of the players tried to clear it out but was too close, and it went in the top side of the net. As for the Mercyhurst Lakers, they went on the road to Greensburg and beat a good Seton Hill team 2-1. Mercyhurst #1 in the PSAC, 10th in the nation.
Yeah, Mercyhurst is going to be a very tough competition tonight. Now, looking back at the last meeting between these two teams, the Lakers and California, the last time these two teams played, it was up in Erie, I believe. Talk about that last matchup between the two squads.
Well, the Lakers really had their way with the Vulcans. They won 4-0. Really easy. They've won 2 straight meetings over the Vulcans. The Vulcans last won in 2011. But I'll tell you what, Zach, this is senior night here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. There's a lot of seniors out there. I know Jeffrey Kai and the goalie Shane Donovan, they're going to need to show up tonight and have one last hurrah here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility and pull the huge upset.
Yeah, Mercyhurst looking for their 8th straight win, but the Vulcans will try and topple them over tonight. When we come back, we'll have first kick here on CUTV.
Don't miss a second of the exciting 2014 California University Vulcans football season. Whether home or away, CUTV is your home for Vulcans football. Watch every step of the way as Coach Keller and the Vulcans strive for a PSAC title and NCAA playoff berth. Your home for Vulcan football, CUTV.
Since 1937, the Student Association Incorporated, known as SAI, has served the CalU student body by providing activities, programs, and services. Every enrolled student has the ability to take part in over 125 different clubs and organizations. Managing participation in every SAI activity is easy with OrgSync, a powerful tool for staying connected. Located 1 mile from campus, the SAI farm has 94 acres of meeting and recreational space. SAI, it's your student association.
Tune in to Vulcan Football 2014 for the inside scoop on this year's Vulcan football team. Featuring highlights, scores, analysis, and a preview of the upcoming opponent, Vulcan Football 2014 gets you inside the huddle. Vulcan Football 2014, only on your home for Vulcan Football, CUTV.
For almost 30 years, CUTV has been the campus and community home for local news, sports, and entertainment. Broadcast in 100,000 homes in southwestern Pennsylvania, CUTV provides complete coverage of Vulcan sports as well as high school football coverage. Broadcast weekly live, CUTV News Center provides coverage of local and campus events, weekend weather, sports highlights, and feature stories. For more information on CUTV, check us out on the web, friend us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
And we welcome you back to Phillipsburg Soccer Complex, where the Vulcans and the Lakers are about to get going. Quickly before the game gets underway, we'll look at the PSAC standings, and we believe they take 8 teams into the playoffs. And right now, California hanging on barely over Millersville.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see there's so much struggle as the Cal had this season so far. They're still in the thick of the playoff race, and this big upset win that could really propel them going forward because they have tiebreaker advantage over beating Lock Haven so far.
Yeah, Mercyhurst controls the ball first. Lakers in the green, California in the home whites. California going from right to left on your screen. Mercyhurst going left to right. Starting in goal, Ryan Arvin for the Lakers and Shane Donovan, the senior, for the Vulcans. Right now, Mercyhurst controls it, going into the far side near the benches. So the Lakers have had possession early on so far. Looks like California coming with a big steal there. Looks like that's Jeffrey Kai, but he's tripped up.
Looks like we'll get a call here, but Zach, this Mercyhurst team is very possession based. They love their counterattacks as well. So guys like Lubos Kubik on defense for the Vulcans are really going to have their hands full tonight and need a huge game from them.
So about to get ready back to play. California will control it. That is Kai, number 20, the senior. The seniors on this California roster tonight, we'll go ahead and recognize them. Brad Colvin, number 12. The two goalies, Aaron Donnelly and Shane Donovan, so it'll be interesting to see if we see both of them tonight. Number 24, Kevin Helbig. Number 14, Chris Hunkley. Number 20, Jeffrey Kai, as we mentioned before. Number 5, John Murphy. Number 11, Russell Tattersall. And number 18, Tyler Woolham. Those 9 players are playing their final home game in their Vulcan career. Now, headed in by California. It's controlled now by Mercier, so they go and regroup the ball. Kick towards midfield. Mercier still with it. That's number 10 for the Lakers, Fernando Martinez from Honduras. Mercier's trying to chase it down, but there will be an offsides. So California is going to get the ball here out of bounds.
This Mercyhurst team is flying right now. I mean, they got a lot of speed on their team. I'm looking at this roster. It is a huge roster here. So they can put any guys in. They have a lot of depth. And this Mercyhurst team was the PSAC favorites. And 2 years ago, they're coming off a Final Four appearance in soccer. And last year, they made it to the Elite Eight. 2012, they also beat Slippery Rock for the PSAC championship.
That's Elizier Luciano for California with the free kick. Ends up back in Lakers possession. Now the Lakers can have a free kick themselves from inside the circle. We have 42-40 still to go. So and it's 45-minute halves each, so no matter what, this game will take 90 minutes. So a clean 90 minutes for both these teams. Mercier's coming in a very high-powered offense. California, their offense really been lacking so far in this year. They've lost 5 games by 1 goal. And Mercier's has only given up 7 goals in their last 8 games.
Including an 8-game winning streak for the Lakers. They're led by Jack Watson and Danny Deacon as well. 41 goals scored this year. So they're really just teeing off on some of these PSAC teams. It'll be interesting to see how far they go, because this is a very seasoned team, very experienced team, and know how to play well in the postseason. Right now, they're just using this game as a tune-up and see what they can do.
Now, you mentioned before in our open, the Mercyhurst is one of the top 10 teams in the country right now, and the regional rankings came out for soccer today, and Mercyhurst currently sits number 2 in the regional rankings. I cannot remember off the top of my head who is number 1. I want to say it might be Shepherd, but I'm not positive about that one. But Mercyhurst right now is number 2, and there's a possible chance of having the regional in the Atlantic region being in the Erie.
And you see right there on the replay there, Mercyhurst gets called there. He sent Jeffrey Kai in the air, and he obviously cannot do that. So Vulcans, they've been holding the Lakers up so far, and that's exactly what they need to do, because I mentioned before, the Lakers are very possession-based. They play 5 midfielders, and it puts a lot of pressure on the center backs for Cal, and the senior center backs for Cal really need to have a game of their life today.
Yeah, that was Brad Colvin kicking it for California. California with possession in Mercier's territory, trying to go towards the box for a scoring opportunity. That was number 6, Georgie Babbitt with it, but it's taken away by the Lakers. And now there's a Laker player with free open space. It's number 41. It's going to be a goal. Number 41, Richard Van Horne, hailing from Westmoreland, Jamaica, makes it 1-0 Mercyhurst.
And, I mean, that was almost a replay of the previous time they tried to get it out there to Van Horne, but this time Van Horne splits the defense with all that speed he has and just blows it right by Shane Donovan. I mean, this Lakers team is absolutely quick.
We have 41-14. The clock stops, and I'm actually kind of surprised at that, because I always thought the clock is continuous. It does not stop. So clock stops now for a moment, but we're back to action. Kai kicking it away for California. California with possession. It goes out of bounds off the foot of Babbitt. And on that goal, Matt, it seemed like Donovan wasn't sure about what he wanted to do in goal. He came out a little bit and started backing up, and then Van Horne just put the ball right past him.
Well, I mean, in a split second, Van Horne was right in front of the net, so Donovan had little time to work with there and had to decide to come out of the net there.
Now Jeffrey Kai trying to control it in the corner. We'll see. Mercyhurst will have possession of it. It looks like it's going to be a goal kick, I believe. Or no, not a goal kick. We're going to see Mercyhurst is taking it from the corner, though, but it's going to be a free kick for the Lakers. Sending it over to the goalie, Arvin. He is a grad student from Jupiter, Florida.
It just wasn't a goal kick.
Now, trying the exact same play with the Lakers there, but California's defense able to snuff it out. Now going for the ball, number 23, David Deemer. But Mercier's coming back with the ball. That's number 17, Dene Rimko, with it for Mercier, sending it down towards the box. But now Jeffrey Kai at midfield controls it, but has it stolen away immediately.
Very clean Mercyhurst team right now. Their passes look good. It's exactly, they're proving why they're at the top of the PSAC.
So ball sent down towards the box. Van Horne there again, trying to head it down. It's going to be out. We'll see who it's going to be out off of, though. This will determine possession. Looks like it's going to be Mercier's ball, though, because they're coming all towards the box.
And Donovan there was trying to save a corner kick right there, so I see who they give it to. Looks like Mercyhurst player is going to the corner there, so the Lakers will have their first corner kick of the game.
And corner kicks, it's a very good opportunity to score. It's already 1-0. Going to send it towards the goal, and it's off the side of the net, so no score there. That was number 10 going for the goal, Fernando Martinez from Tegucigalpa, Honduras. That's one thing, Mercyhurst, not only in soccer, but in all sports. They have a lot of international students at their school and in their athletic program.
And, I mean, all these countries I see here, UK, Ireland, Brazil, Honduras, these are great soccer countries as well. I think we saw one of the kids is from Mexico as well, so you got a very, very affluent team. And it's something that you can have. I mean, you could incorporate these international players with the Americans on the team, and it's a good combo.
Now trying to go into the box for California. A player slipped. Could not tell who that was. Looked like it might have been Georgie Babick, but I'm not sure. California trying to fight for it at midfield. Now they still have possession of it, but there's going to be a whistle. Going to be a free kick for the Lakers coming up.
Yeah, I couldn't see who in there, but the Lakers just trying to, they're going to set up, looks like they with their 5 midfielders as well right there. But they love, like we mentioned before, they love their counterattacks. We saw right there, as soon as the ball was in the net, as soon as they got a hold of it to set up Van Horne there, they rocketed the ball down the field, and Van Horne was wide open. And with that speed they have and all the talent they have, they can utilize that any time they want.
Mercier sending it back to Arvin. He's going to kick it out for number 16, Ryan Lund. Lund sending it downfield. There's a couple Lakers there. Laker has it. Trying to go towards the box, still with possession, trying to shake a California defender. Sends it backwards. Now towards the box. California defender able to kick it out. It's going to be out of bounds. Mercyhurst will have possession.
Cal's just trying to play good enough defense as they can right now, and they do have some really good defenders on this team. I mean, Kelvin Helbig is playing his last game there, so he's going to play really inspired. And they have Lubos as well, as mentioned earlier. I interviewed Lubos for a story in the Cal Times about the men's soccer team. He's a really good interview. Knew exactly what he was talking about. He's also a very nice kid as well.
Yeah, Lubos the junior, you said before, hailing from the Czech Republic. Mercier's going back towards the box now. There's a man there, number 9, Jack Watson. He's the leading goal scorer for the Lakers, but Shane Donovan able to come up and grab the ball.
Good thing Donovan got there at the right time, because I saw Van Horne was bearing down right on him there. So Donovan got there at the perfect time. If not, Van Horne could have had his second goal of the game.
Van Horne, not one of the top 2 goal scorers for the Lakers coming in this game. The top 2 are Jack Watson, who has 15, and Danny Deacon with 8. And Watson and Deacon are also the leading point scorers, 35 and 25 apiece. Coming in for the Vulcans, Kai has 5 goals this year, 21 in his career so far. He also has a couple assists, and he leads the team with 12 points.
And the Vulcans are definitely going to miss Jeffrey Kai. I mean, he started all 4 years here. They knew the talent they had with him, and he's just continued his success. And he's definitely also a great teammate for everyone to learn and build off of.
He is one of only a few international players on this team. You have another player from Germany, Georgie Babick. We mentioned before him. He's from Datteln, Germany. Jeffrey Kai is from Tübingen. I probably am saying that wrong. You took German. You might.
Tübingen. It's the little umlaut on the U there. It kind of makes it a little bit of an accent, but yes.
Yeah, I took French and now I'm taking Spanish, so Germany is not my forte. But Donovan able to come up and grab it, now sending out for the Vulcans. With possession is number 8, Lubos Kubik. He sends it. Looks like Kai was just going to the middle, didn't pay attention to the ball, but now California able to save it before it goes out of bounds, trying to set something up. We're about 10 minutes into this one. 1-0 Mercier. They scored in about the first 7 minutes of the game.
This is the best rush the Vulcans have had so far there. It looks like it's about to end.
Arvin now controlling it for Mercier. He's just going to send it out for the Lakers again. Back to Arvin. Over to the other side, looks like that's number 10 or 18. That's actually number 18. Actually, that is number 10, Fernando Martinez. There is no 18 out on the field at the moment. But now sent forward for the Lakers again. California trying to clear it out, but it goes right to a Laker. Now California's defense trying to still clear it out. Lakers keeping it in, though. California just cannot seem to clear it out of their box.
Brad Colvin made a nice play on there to prevent Mercier from trying to get a rush into the box.
And now Mercier controls it. Number 2, Thomas Davis, hailing from New Zealand, sending it up. Now California with a takeaway, but there's going to be a whistle and a free kick coming for Mercyhurst.
Yeah, I could see that. That was Fernando Martinez with the ball that made contact there. I'm not sure what Vulcan player hit him. We'll see on the replay.
As we look at that replay, the ball is kicked well out of bounds by a California defender.
I think Lubos might have made some contact there.
It looked like it might have been Lubos. There was a little bit of more contact afterwards as well. Now we're going to get back to play. California going to have it, taking it out of bounds, trying to go to Jeffrey Kai, but the Mercier's defender jumps right in front of him. And Jeffrey Kai is the basis of this offense. You've probably gotten that from what we've been saying so far, but you shut him down. It's going to be, in my opinion, hard for the Vulcans to get a goal up there because Kai is their best offensive asset in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's been their best striker for the past 3 years. So if he's shut down, he needs to have the game of his life on this Mercier's defense. This Mercier's defense ranks is also the top in the PSAC, so he's going to be tested very, very well tonight.
Mercier's controlling it. This is number 21, Gregory John Andrews with it. California able to take it away. Number 2, Tyler McCarthy with it from Wexford, Pennsylvania. Sent right back to Mercier's, though. We don't have possession control in this one, because we're going to see there's a whistle. But back to possession control, we don't have percentages of possession in this one, but clearly right now it's favoring Mercier's throughout this game. Probably a good 3/4 of possession has been for the Lakers.
Oh, and that's their bread and butter, being a possession team, using 5 midfielders. That's how they strike, and as long as they control the possession and keep it away from the Vulcans and protect their goaltender Ryan Arvin. I mean, Ryan Arvin, I'm looking at his numbers here. He's called GAA is 0.71. He's not really tested a lot. The Vulcans need to get some shots on net, test them a lot, because something I've noticed, the Vulcans are only 4-8-1, but they've outshot most of their teams. The talent's there, they just can't finish their goals.
There have not been any shots yet from the Vulcans tonight, I believe. They have not been able to get into the box just yet. Kai with possession now sends it to McCarthy just below the circle. He gets it away, trying to go for another Vulcan defender, but taken away by the Lakers again. Great possession game we've seen from the Lakers so far in the first 15 minutes of this one. We're just over 31:50 to go.
Something you also will notice is Mercyhurst is known to press high on the center of the pitch. They really can drive in deep. That leads to their big-time possession, you could say right there. So they press deep and high and deep into the Vulcan zone and just try to control the ball as much as possible.
Now trying to send it into midfield for number 23, David Deemer. He's not able to catch up with it. Now Van Horne is there, but Donovan able to slide up and grab the ball. Van Horne, he's been all over the place in that box tonight for California for only the first 15 minutes of this one. We're only a third of the way through the first half, but he's had opportunities to score maybe 2 or 3 goals.
Oh, he definitely has. Well, he had a great ball there on his goal, perfectly placed downfield, and he set up perfectly. The last one, the one before that, he had another breakaway opportunity, but it went out of bounds. But, I mean, he's definitely been the Lakers' best player. He's only a junior, so Lakers got to like having him back for another season.
Yeah, and their top goal scorers, Watson and Deacon, are both sophomores. So this Mercier's team, they are picked to finish first in the PSAC this year. I'm sure they're going to be picked to finish first again next year. But the goaltending situation is going to get a little tricky because your 3 goaltenders, 2 of them are grad students, 1 of them is a senior. So you're going to be losing all 3 of them presumably. So the goal situation might change a little bit, but Mercier's, their offense and defense, they're going to return a lot of these players coming back next season.
Mercyhurst gets a lot of great recruits. We see a lot of international players. They see when they want to come to America, they want to come to they see the best team. You see Mercyhurst PSAC championship. deep playoff runs. I mean, they lost to Southern New Hampshire last year in the Elite Eight, a team they beat the year before in the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four. I can't remember who they lost to in the Final Four, but they beat Millersville that year. They made it to the Final Four as well. So the PSAC is a very strong soccer conference.
Yeah, right now, we'll take a quick glance at the standings again. There are 7 teams with 10 or more points overall. Seton Hill with 10 at the top. Mercyhurst and Bloomsburg tied at 1 with 18. And right there, California and Millersville with 9, but California owns the tiebreaker over the Marauders because California beat them, I believe the score was 2-1 at home in the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. So, and like we mentioned before, if California can win tonight, they would hold the tiebreaker advantage over Lock Haven, and that would put them in 6th place and presumably draw Westchester in the first round of the PSAC playoffs.
Westchester very well. The Vulcans and Marauders used to have a big rivalry. As we see a ball go to near the net there, Vulcans clear it out, have a call. I believe is a foul on the Lakers, so Vulcans will begin to move there. But they used to have a big rivalry with the Marauders. It's surprising to see Millersville down this year because this is a great program. I mean, this Vulcans program is also great, built up by Dennis Lasky, now handed over to Emmeline Sabick, he's a young coach trying to get things going. But Millersville beat the Vulcans twice in the playoffs. One of those times was on penalty kicks. So it used to be a fierce rivalry.
Now you're trying to see Kai shake away from the Mercyhurst defender. Looked like that was number 14 for the Lakers. He was trying to shake Sten Marksen from Sweden. So just continuing among the list of geographical locations we're going on tonight for the Lakers players. As the ball is sent out towards the net, Donovan able to get it, and now sending it out to number 12, Brad Colvin, the senior from Erie.
Hey, you know something else I didn't know? I didn't know IEP didn't have a men's soccer team. That is very interesting.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I look at the standings. I was like, wait a minute, where's IUP? They have a good women's soccer team, as we saw earlier this season. But yeah, no men's soccer. But they're different sports. I mean, the Cal doesn't have a field hockey or wrestling team, so it's just IUP's not known for soccer.
Now Kai with an opportunity. He's trying to chase the ball down. He gets it. He's in the box. Opportunity. Oh, he's tripped up from behind. They're trying to call for a whistle here, but Kai begging and pleading. He's not going to get anything. Was not able to see who that was on the takeaway. It was either number 14, Sten Marksen, or number 2, Thomas Davis. But Kai had a great opportunity there, and it was just taken away from behind.
Oh, they didn't call that a foul. That was a heck of a play there. I'll have to see on the replay who that was. That saved the breakaway chance there. I mean, if they would have called the foul there, Kai would have got a penalty kick.
And even if they didn't call it and he was able to keep possession of it, he would have had a great chance for a goal. But now Kai trying to shake the defender again. That's number 16, and now they're going to blow a whistle against Kai. So number 16 for Mercyhurst, Ryan Lund, able to draw the whistle. We're going to see right here, the referee is talking to Kai right now about what he did. Jeffrey Kai clearly unhappy, though, that the whistle was called on him, but not on the Mercyhurst player that drug him down in the box.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. They didn't call Kai getting tackled, but when he made a little contact there. And Kai was definitely not pleased there. He was coming the official. They looked like but you got to keep your cool as well. They don't want to do anything, don't do any extracurricular, especially on your senior night.
Now we've seen the offense for California come alive in the past few minutes, all because of Jeffrey Kai. Now sending the ball back up towards the box. It's cleared out by Mercyhurst Ryan Lund. Now Kai going up for it. He gets his leg tangled up with number 17, Dane Rimko. Let's see what the call is going to be here. It's going to be a free kick for California. That's number 6. And let's look at that controversial call again. That is number 14, Sten Marksen. Actually, no, that is number 2, Thomas Davis with the clear. I really think that probably should have been a whistle.
That absolutely should have been a call because he made contact with his legs. He didn't hit the ball at all. So that's definitely a questionable call by the officials.
A very good replay there from our crew to be able to look at that one again. Now, free kick sent up towards the net, almost cleared away by Mercyhurst, goes over the head of the Laker defender, and now cleared out towards midfield, where number 19, Corey Kuzilla, tries to go get it. It goes out of bounds, but California will have possession.
That was not a very good ball there by Babbitt. Kind of a short, little soft kick there, didn't try to take advantage, but Vulcans need an opportunity. They're starting to get a little bit more time there. Jeffrey Kai's starting to come to life a little bit, get a lot of possession, taking it back into the Vulcans' territory. But the Vulcans are hanging tough. I mean, we're almost halfway through this quarter, and after that first goal, it looked like Mercyhurst was going to put a lot on the board, but they've definitely settled down and held their own.
So Mercyhurst still possessing the ball pretty well. That's number 21, Gregory John Andrews with it now. California, their offense starting to come a little bit alive, though, getting the ball deep into the box a little bit more, past midfield more. We've seen play really shift to the left side of the field in the past couple minutes when it's really been primarily to the left, or the right, so far.
That's just something they need to do. They just need to try to take the possession away from the Vulcans, get clean touches, and try to get an offensive rush and test the goaltender out.
And the one thing that really is impressing me right now by Mercyhurst is the ability to get around the Vulcan players with the speed and the height. I'm looking at number 2 for the Lakers, Thomas Davis. He is a pretty tall man. And number 9, Jack Watson, he's pretty tall too. As one sent into the box, but it's cleared out. But there was going to be an offsides called against Mercyhurst. As Jeffrey Kai bringing it up now.
And we were looking at these teams for player intros. I mean, Mercyhurst, a lot of giants on this team. You look at each team, and there's just. But Van Horne's very tall as well, so it's definitely a size advantage that the Lakers can use here and get a lot of athleticism, bigger strides.
Van Horne going after the ball again. Donovan able to save it and keep it in his mitts, but Van Horne, he had to jump over him not to run into him. So Van Horne has really been abusing the box top end of it, at least, and the California defenders in the back have not been able to contain him yet. The passes from the Lakers have been very crisp and very clean so far, getting towards the box.
Well, definitely shown why they're top dog in the PSAC right now. But the funny thing is, with these soccer playoffs, even though if you're the top team, that doesn't mean you're going to win. I mean, Mercyhurst was about the 4 or 5 seed 2 years ago when they won the PSAC. They upset Slippery Rock, who was the top seed at the time. I don't even think Slippery Rock was leading the PSAC when they won. So it could be anyone's game as long as they're playing hot at the right time, maintaining their game. They should be fine. But it's a very, very good Mercyhurst team.
Yeah, Mercyhurst, if they win this game, it will be their 9th straight win, and you can't get any hotter than that. And there's only about 3 games left on the year. So, gonna come down to a couple more contests. If Mercyhurst can keep that momentum, it's good that you have that momentum. But we've seen, in professional sports playoffs where teams go in with big winning streaks and then they lose their first game because eventually you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
And you probably would definitely prefer it in the regular season over the postseason, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Now California controlling it. See who that is. That is number 8. That is Lubos. He has it now. Sends it over to Kai. Lubos has an opportunity in the box, but it's cleared away by the Mercyhurst defender.
I mean, you saw that speed right there. Again, Davis just completely circled Lubos on the play and stole the ball away from him. So that's just excellent defense there. Because that was probably, other than Kai's breakaway, that was the best rush.
Oh, and an opportunity from a header. Could not tell who that was. That looks like number 18 or 16.
That was Tyler Woolham, yeah.
That is Tyler Woolham. He had a great opportunity. I'm sure we'll see the replay of that one a little bit later. But if California had an opportunity to strike and that was the only one, that's going to come back to bite him, not being able to put that one in the back of the net.
That was set up perfectly for Tyler. I couldn't see who gave him that ball. That was a great ball on that player. Set Woolham in front of net, and he's a senior too. That would have made a lot of people excited if he would have tied this up on senior night.
I'm pretty sure the one that fed it over to him might have been Jeffrey Kai. He was in the vicinity, but I'm not sure it left his foot last. And Tyler Woolham, you said it would have really excited the fans here. He has 8 goals and 6 assists, totaling 22 points in his career as a Vulcan. And his last year of play for the Vulcans in the PSAC, trying to get them into the playoffs because they are still definitely within the reach of the playoffs. But Millersville, they're right there. Shippensburg, East Stroud, still 6 points. The only team that really kind of out of it at this point is Pitt Johnstown with 0 points in the PSAC conference.
Yeah, Mercyhurst dropped 8 goals on this UPJ team. Vulcans beat them 2-0. But I look at Cal's last 3 games here, all 3 road games, and they got to travel far distances, up to Erie, and then out eastern PA, my neck of the woods, Westchester and East Stroudsburg. And Gannon right now, 4th Westchester third. So they're really going to need to steal one of those games if they want any shot to get that last seed as well. East Stroudsburg is below the Vulcans, so that's an opportunity to score a win there, even though it's on the road. So they got to take every advantage as they can there. I mean, that just shows how gut-wrenching that own goal was. If they could have got a tie off of Bloomsburg, that would have been huge.
Yeah, and the thing about the PSAC schedule is you only see each team once a year. So it's not like basketball where you have a rotation in your division. It's all just 12 teams, and you play them once a year. So only seeing that team once, you could catch a team on a really bad day. So say California travels to Westchester in the outskirts of Philadelphia and catches Westchester on a bad day. That could affect the playoff position for both of those teams. Whereas then another day, California could be really struggling and they get a team that like Pitt Johnstown, even though Pitt Johnstown is not the best competition in the PSAC, they could upset them. Then only a 2-0 win. It's a 2-0 win, but you mentioned before Mercer's laid 8 goals on UPJ before.
Yeah, and on that last play there, Jack Watson had a break on the Vulcans defenders, but the ball was just placed a little too far there. Sides. The Vulcans just trying to get a rush there, but the defense has been rock solid for the Lakers.
We have 19:22 left in the first half, so just under 20 minutes. We're more than halfway through this first half. Now we see number 23. That is David Deemer with it for the Vulcans. It's kept in play. Deemer with it now, sending it over to Kai just below the circle.
Great footwork. I mean, he's exciting to watch.
Now number 6, Georgie Babick with it. Now we're going to get a whistle. We'll see who it's going to go against.
Looks like one of the Lakers.
It looks like it is going against the Lakers. They're keeping possession down here. Kai with control of it. And you mentioned his footwork before. That's a sight to see just in itself. If you take everybody else off the field and just let Jeffrey Kai run around, score goals all night, that would be a mystical thing to see.
He's going to get a free kick here, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with the ball there. Boy, that last play looked like one of the Lakers defenders clipped his leg there, and they got a call.
Kai going for the free kick, sending it right at the goal. That is Arvin able to come up with the bounce save. Looked like kind of like a hockey goalie going at the catch that bounce. If maybe he had a clean bounce, did Kai might have had an opportunity to go into the net, but no goal. Now California able to take it away, so the possession for Mercier is starting to dwindle a little bit. That's a key.
Bit, yeah.
Get the ball away from the Lakers, and that's how you're going to be able to win this game, or at least come back and tie it.
Yeah, the Vulcans are holding their own so far. I was not very pleased after the first game. We're going to see an opportunity here again. Good defense there by Lubos because Watson was trying to break away.
Now we see Georgie with it. He sends it over to Deemer. Now up the field a little bit was number 8, Lubos. Now Mercier's with an opportunity. That's Watson, number 9. It's sent out of bounds. It's going to be California possession. Going to be a goal kick coming from the foot of Donovan.
So it's a big break right there. Watson's been he has the break there on the one defenders, but so far they've been keeping hasn't really gotten a good ball from him like they did with Van Horne. I mean that goal, that ball that was given to Van Horne on that goal was a thing of beauty from all the way from the Vulcans territory. But they're starting to play a little keep away there with the Lakers and playing respectable.
Now looks like Tyler Woolham was going after it, was taken away from him. Now Watson with an opportunity. Donovan hits it kind of with his waist, barely gets away. California defender there to clear it away, but Donovan a very risky opportunity there, just clearing it away barely.
That was really dangerous. Got away there, but credit, he knew he had Vulcan defenders around him to clear the ball away, so I think that's why he went with his waist there.
And Martinez gets a hit out of bounds off his foot. California's still with it, but now it's going to go out of bounds off of Jeffrey Kai, trying to find Lubos with the ball. Mercier's with an opportunity just outside the box now. Fernando Martinez with it, sends it into the box. Now Mercier's trying to set up something on the offense. It's still 1-0. 16-10 left to go in the first half. Into the box. Mercier's has it. That's Martinez. Tries to send up a shot. It's blocked away by the California defenders. Now Jeffrey Kai coming up with it.
That was good defense right there because the Lakers were really starting to press again and get some possession there. And they just get it right back again with these counterattacks that they're famous for.
Now Watson trying to send it up to the box. It's blockered away again. Now Merciers with some numbers trying to send it. That's Van Horne, number 41, trying to control it. It's taken away. Now Jeffrey Kai coming up. California is outmanned here, but Jeffrey Kai has some great footwork trying to get the ball in. He still controls it. Sends it over to the opposite side. California trying to set something up. Sends it into the box. Blocked away by Davis for Merciers, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick coming for California, I believe.
See, a big opportunity there if it is, but Davis has been great on defense. But when we saw the Lakers trying to get a counter rush there, Lubos has been playing outstanding defense. I mean, he's definitely, in my opinion, the best defender on the Vulcans team here. We're going to see Georgie Babbitt go there for a corner kick. So this is going to need a really good ball here to get in front of the net and see if the Vulcans can strike.
So Georgie going for the corner kick. Going to send it up. It's a high arcing shot.
Too high.
Cleared away by the Lakers. Another opportunity. It's hit off the face almost, it looked like, of the Merciers defender. Could not tell who that was. That's number 11, Danny Deacon, one of the star sophomores for this Laker program. But another opportunity snuffed away by the Lakers defense.
Yeah, ball at that time was a little too high from Babbitt in the corners. They had good numbers in front of the net there. They got it away, but Lubos playing smart and trying to get the ball back for the Vulcans here. But now the Lakers will take it back here with 14:27 on the clock. So definitely, Vulcans can, if they can't score, they could go into this half 1-0. They're going to start to get that confidence. Like, hey, we're not out of this game yet. We can try and win this game.
It was Mark Roach from Mercier sending it in before. Now California sending it in themselves. California still with possession of it, trying to find Jeffrey Kai, but it's taken away by the Lakers again. At midfield, California trying to come up with possession. Sent over. Mercier's trying to get it away. Now they finally do, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be California ball. So Mercier's trying to play, let's not let them tie it up instead of getting the offensive game. They're playing a little bit more defensive as California's rush has really started coming in the last few minutes. But it's been coming in streaks. You'll see California come really hard, and then they'll taper off a little bit, and Merciers will come back even harder.
Oh, yeah. I mean, those counterattacks are famous for here. This is a decent rush, but see how they can get it off. That ball was well defended there by Ryan Lund from Ohio, so Kai tried to get open there. But something else that I'm looking at Mercer's schedule now, they can't be looking ahead to their next game because they have a very tough road game at Slippery Rock. So a rematch of one of the they lost to Slippery Rock in the playoffs last season. I can't remember if it was in the PSAC championship game, so they cannot be looking ahead to their next game here.
And Slippery Rock, one of the annually best programs that soccer has to offer in the PSAC, not only on the men's side but the women's side as well. The women's side took out California in the regionals last year. And speaking of the California women, the regional rankings for the women came out today. California, kind of surprisingly to me, sits 10th behind teams that they've beaten this year. So there's a cycle that the way the wins get factored in, so it might be kind of a non-factor for some of those wins that are in there right now. But California look like they're getting jobbed a little bit in the regional rankings, being 10th.
Well, and yes and no. One of them I saw was they were behind IEP, a team we beat. The game we actually called here for CUTV for the women's soccer team. But the thing is, Cal has ties, and IEP doesn't. So that might be something. And looking at some of the teams Cal tied, there were some bad ties. They tied against Seton Hill on this field here in double overtime. So the pollsters are going to look at that. I believe they lost Alderson Brodus too. And they're not very good as well. So it's kind of, they're looking at strength of schedule, but they were playing another team the other week that only had 2 wins, and they only beat 1-0. So the pollsters are going to see that and be like, oh, this team not really that great, but they're good, but they're not what they normally are, their expectations.
Yeah, they did lose a lot of players from last year as a shot is sent over the net by number 17 for the Lakers, Dene Remco. And that's, in my opinion, that's probably going to be the same story next year for California men's team. They have a lot of young players, but you're losing a lot of your best star players. Jeffrey Kai, Brad Colvin, you're losing Tyler Woolham, Shane Donovan, your goaltender. So you're losing a lot of these key facets in your team that you're going to need to replace on the fly for next season.
Yeah, if Cal doesn't get a transfer from goalie, they're probably going to most likely have a freshman going. Now here's a good rush. Offsides.
Oh, they're going to call offsides. It was saved anyway by Arvin, but it looked like Woolham just kind of pulled up at the last second anyways on that one. But A lucky call there for Mercyhurst, and actually was not Woolham. That was number 21. I believe that's Nathan Delgado who is in. So we have a substitution, Nathan Delgado in, a freshman from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Be interesting to see what Lancaster school he's from, but if he can get freshmen playing like this, again, good passes though for the Vulcans out, trying to get something going.
Now sent up towards the net. Oh, there's a Laker defender there. It looked like, from my perspective, I thought the ball was going right to a California player, but I did not see the Laker defender there. It's hard. With the green jerseys, they kind of blend into the dark sky a little bit.
Also the grass as well, but that was Sten Markson from Sweden. So a good play. That ball somehow, I thought that was going into the trees out there, but he kept it in the field, so good ball.
Now headed out by the California defender. Looks like that was number 24 who did it for California, Kevin Hilbig, another senior defender from Carnegie, Pennsylvania. We've not really called his name a lot tonight so far. And right now it's going to come down to the big names, as Donovan's just going to let that roll out of bounds. Going to get a goal kick from Donovan now. But I think it's going to come down to one of the players that are the seniors this year. It's your night. Go out and score the goal that could possibly tie this one up or win it.
But something, I mean, I'll probably mention this when we start the second half, but we talked about how huge this Lakers roster is. I'll tell you what, actually, I do not believe they traveled everyone, because looking at their bench, it doesn't look like they have as a lot as they have on their roster, but their depth could wear down the Vulcans because they have more opportunities to sub in, because I'm looking at the Vulcans bench right now. I see 5 players dressed up there, so the Lakers have about, I'd say, 10 options on the bench.
And something that might be an answer to that is there are no freshmen currently in the lineup for Mercyhurst right now. They have them on their roster, but they may not travel with the team. So that might be the only solution to that one. As now we're going to get the ball out of bounds off of Lubos. It's going to go to Mercyhurst right there, number 14, Sten Markson, going to take it out.
But Lubos made a brilliant play on Fernando Martinez, and that is a great save there by Shane Donovan.
A great save indeed, getting off his fingertips. Could not tell who took the shot for Mercyhurst, but that was a great save, able to keep it 1-0. But now you're going to get a corner kick for Mercyhurst. Number 11 for the Lakers, Danny Deacon, going to take it, but it's just going to be a natural pass. Now Deacon going into the box. Sends up a shot, but it's blocked away by California, but there's a man there for Mercyhurst with it.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't know who took that block there, but he is still rolling over here. We might have an injury soon. A couple players are raising their hands. I believe that was
that's number 17.
So that is
Eliezer Luciano.
Yeah, that was a hard hit he took there with the ball. It's a great block there off of Deacon, but I mean, he's paying for it now, but he's getting up off of his own power, so looks good there. The great athletic training staff we have here at Cal coming out to take a look at Luciano. But a couple plays ago, before the Lakers corner kick there, Fernando Martinez was trying to juke around Lubos, but Lubos could rip the ball from him. Clean play there and got the ball away. So that was a brilliant play by Lubos earlier.
It looks like they're tending to Luciano's knee, maybe upper calf area. Maybe he had the ball hit off his foot and just kind of twisted his knee in the wrong way. Matt, you were the PT major before our athletic training.
Yeah.
AT, PT,
it's
whatever.
somewhat the same, yeah.
It's like you're trying to figure out a robot from Star Wars now. But what, in your opinion, because you were the AT athletic trainer, what do you think that injury is? Because I'm not the guy to go to for that.
I'm not going to speculate what his injury could be there, but I looked at some of the tests that the trainer were doing. He was doing one. He was testing out his fibula. I believe, I forget what the one test is called, because he was pushing his foot up, putting pressure on it as well. He was doing lateral test as well, pushing both sides just to make sure, just put pressure on the fibula in the front of his leg right there, see if it's broken. It didn't look like he's pain. He's staying in the game, so it's a good sight to see.
He is staying in. He's still limping around, though, so that's something that's going to have to be monitored for Luciano. It's good to see him back, but if he cannot run as fast as he possibly could, we may have to see a substitution. Luciano is a sophomore from Lancaster. He's a defenseman, so he's probably going to be the next up-and-coming guy behind Lubos and the other defenders for California. You've also got Kevin Helbig, who's going to be graduating. And we're going to have a couple subs. You're going to have Luciano check out. We'll see who came in for him in just a moment.
That's good to see him in there. And as a trainer, it's so tough for a game like this. You have so much limited time to get the injury. It's the most important special test you need, and they did the ones on his leg.
And California actually is playing with 10 men right now, so surprising decision myself. I'm not a soccer coach, though. Honestly, I don't watch soccer a lot. So playing with 10 men, it's a risky strategy. When I watch the World Cup, because that's about the only soccer I watch, I see it happen usually because someone's getting more injury tests or because they had a red card and they had to take a man out.
You know what? Cal might be out of substitutions. And with that injury, they had to take. Well, actually, no. Luciano's still on the field there, but the last substitution, they might not have enough. So yeah, we'll have more of that in the second half when we come back from halftime. But good for Luciano to stay in the game. But the only thing I've seen playing down a man is if a player got a red card. But I mean, there was no calls. So
yeah, California trying to chase down the ball. It goes out of bounds. Lubos with it, sending it in. Lubos trying to get open, but Markson there with it. For Mercier's trying to control it. Now we're going to get a whistle against Lubos. Going to be Mercier's possession with 7:50 to go in the first half.
Yeah, these Mercyhurst defenders have been playing extremely well so far. The Vulcans definitely have to be annoyed. Anytime they get a good rush, either Markson or Davis are right there. And with the speed they have, they're faster than some of their defenders are faster than some of the Vulcan strikers, which is a little bit scary. But the Lakers, if they have an advantage like that, they can control the playing field.
We're down to 7:25 to go in the first half. California trying to clear it out with only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 men out there. Just checking my math again to see if they still had 10 out there. With only 10 out there, there's going to be an open man for Mercyhurst at all times. So we're going to have to see, can California's defense able to maintain that? We're going to get a substitution now for Mercyhurst. Number 17, Dane Rimko, is going to go out, trying to see the number coming in for Mercyhurst. He's not going to go on
33.
our camera. And it's
Miguel
33.
Navarro from Mexico.
And, okay, well, this dictates my decision from earlier about freshmen not traveling is wrong, because Miguel Navarro is a freshman from Mexico.
Maybe not all of them are traveling, but
maybe not all of them are traveling, only a couple of them. So we'll have to see, because Mercyhurst, they don't have as many as their roster would imply that they do out there. But Mercyhurst is going to maintain possession of this now. Number 10, Fernando Martinez from Honduras, going to send it over to Markson.
And I just looked up where the Luciano and Delgado are from. They're both from Conestoga Valley in Lancaster County, so they're teammates in high school and both freshmen. Good save there by Donovan.
Donovan able to clear it out, but Mercer still in control at the top of the box. There's a man open there, but it's cleared away by California. This one's going to go not out of bounds. Looks like it had the roll to possibly go out, but it's going to stay in after a couple bounces. We have 5:45 here to go in the first half. California trying to get that equalizer before half. That would be a big momentum boost for the Vulcans, but going down 1-0, if you can keep it this way, is nothing to be ashamed of against a very highly touted Mercyhurst team.
I mean, especially when the Lakers just came out guns blazing and they got that big goal there. Van Horne was just trashing the Vulcans every single way there. But getting back to those two from Lancaster, it's one of those school connections things. Really good friends be like, hey, you got offered by Cal, I got an offer by Cal, so they like playing with each other in high school. They can continue that success in college, and they're freshmen, so it continues to the future.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot. California in recent years has really started to have a monopoly on the Central Dauphin High School in Harrisburg. You got on the women's basketball team, you got Precious Martin, and I believe her name is Shatara Parsons, who's an incoming freshman. On the football team, you've got Jordan Bowman, who is the Coal Bowl MVP. You've got a lot of players from Central Dauphin on the California athletics program. So, maybe if any of them know them, maybe they've said, hey, come to Cal. It's a great athletics program. You got a chance for success here. A lot of these teams are successful. Is not Mercier has a great opportunity sending it to goal, but Donovan with a great save off of the kick from Miguel Navarro, trying to get his first goal in his first few minutes of action.
Donovan's definitely responded nicely from giving up that early goal there to Van Horne, but he really had no time to try to get a stop there, and Van Horne became flying in. But Donovan's definitely playing very well, and they need him. Vulcans need him more than ever in this game. And Central Dauphin is one of the best athletic programs in the state. I believe Pennsylvania just came out with the top 10 high school programs. Central Dauphin was ranked 7th, I believe, in football team on the state championship 2011. Just a useless fact there.
Yeah, we're talking about the different kind of football tonight. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of the athletic program success, is now we have one sent into the box for Merciers. It was a good opportunity for a goal, but now it's right outside the line. Going to be sent back out to the top of the box where California is able to get it away. Now pushed from behind. Looks like that's Georgie Babek, but he's able to come up with it and sends it over to number 21, Nathan Delgado,
And on that opportunity for the Lakers there, that could not see. There's number 18 for them, John Mumba Mara from London, England. He sent the ball out too much there for Fernando Martinez. If he would have hit Martinez on the nose with a clean pass, he would have probably beat Donovan because he had an open lane.
Now, for the third time, back to what I was saying about the athletic program, trying to get this in here. California did win the Dixon Cup Trophy last year with the best all-around athletic program in the PSAC. You had women's soccer, the PSAC champions. Women's golf did really well. Softball ended D2 with the longest winning streak in a regular season of all Division II programs.
Yeah, and Zach, I mean, you mentioned about that women's golf team. They won the first PSAC championship this season with women's golf. They had the golf championships of the week. Men was won by Westchester. But, I mean, it's definitely one of the best athletic programs in the state. I mean, along with Westchester as well. So it's definitely, the Vulcans are off to a good start, and they have a great chance with the Vulcans football team right now in line to play for the PSAC championship at the moment.
Yeah, things can definitely change because we're going to see Merciers again in a couple of weeks. You'll be there. I'll be there at Tulio Field at Merciers in Erie, Pennsylvania. Always a fun trip. But most likely it will snow because it's Erie and the weather up there does not cooperate when it gets cold. But, you mentioned the football team. They're doing very well. Basketball going to be starting up soon.
They play Mercyhurst first PSAC game.
Yeah, it's like California and Mercyhurst have a very fond connection of each other, I guess. But and then we've covered some hockey as well. We try to fit in as many sports as we can here at CUTV. Unfortunately, there's some like cross country and golf and tennis that we just can't cover because of where they're at. They don't have a home facility here. But we always like to keep up with a lot of the players and the teams themselves and the successes that they have.
Mercyhurst is a very solid hockey program, too.
So now going to be out of bounds. Mercyhurst with control of it. Sent out of bounds again by California. Out of the box, we have 1 minute remaining. And that was the horn for the 1 minute. There's a speaker right above us, and I heard a horn.
It sounded like a chair move. Like I was very scared for a second. I thought
it was a horn of battle. It sounded like to me. I felt like I was like in the Lord of the Rings, and the horn of Gondor was going off.
Oh gosh.
But back to action with 40 seconds to go. Merciers, they're starting to play a little bit more possessive game, trying to get that another goal. But California's defense able to clear it out. But Mercier's with it again. They're going to send it back. And that is Arvin going to come up with it outside his own box. And you know what I always like watching in soccer? The color jerseys that the goalies wear. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a different combination. I understand the green and orange kind of makes you look like Miami if you're Mercier. But
more looks like Tennessee Volunteers because I just like the orange. They have a very light orange there, but it's definitely Shane's wearing a Carolina blue and black pants there, so it looks like a Tennessee goalie and North Carolina goalie. But yeah, it's definitely always very colorful. I remember Brazil had in the World Cup had a nice one.
Yeah, so we have reached the end of the first half. Currently it stands Mercyhurst 1, California nothing. A couple of opportunities have gone awry for California, but they're still in it. When we come back on CUTV.
Didn't get out to the high school football game this past Friday? Don't worry, because CUTV Sports has you covered. Never miss a second of this season's upcoming high school action, as CUTV's Game of the Week takes you to the stadium and gives you the best seat in the house. Now in its 29th season of bringing you all of the best local games, CUTV Sports is your local leader in high school football coverage. The Multimedia Access Center is an open lab where California University students can work on an assignment, attend a workshop, print a document for class, or take advantage of a variety of services such as large format printing, web development, and graphic design. Located in the renovated Natali Student Center across from the student bookstore, the Mac Lab is also your home for OrgSync support and services. For hours of operation or for more information, stop by the Mac Lab, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter.
Save preset 1 for Cal U's best music. More music in the car. More music in the door. More music everywhere. This is 91.9 WCAL Power 92. The home of the Vulcan Nation. Playing Cal U's best music. 91.9 WCAL Power 92.
Stay connected with CUTV. Subscribe to us on YouTube for new videos. Follow us on Twitter for status updates. Like us on Facebook for updates, videos, and more. CUTV social media. Get connected, stay connected.
And we're back at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex, where currently the Mercer's Lakers lead 1-0 over the California Vulcans. We're waiting for the Vulcans to return to the field after the halftime clock has expired. We'll go and look at some of the halftime stats, though, Matt, and it's been all Mercyhurst so far, but California's really hung tough so far.
Well, Mercyhurst came out of this game flying, and if you would have watched the first, I'd say 10 minutes of this game after that goal was scored by Richard Van Horne for the Lakers, you thought the Lakers would be up 5-0 right now. But the Vulcans, they've held their own ground. They've tried to steal some of the possession away from the Lakers, because the Lakers have dominated possession so far, and that's what they do. But the Vulcans have more corners than the Lakers do, so they're pressing hard. And they're keeping themselves with a lot of confidence here. And here's the first goal of the game. Van Horne just blew right through two Vulcan defenders, and Shane Donovan had no chance to stop that right there. Came out of his net there. But Jeffrey Kai, at least the spotlight's been on him so far. Here's his best opportunity here, but a questionable tackle there by Thomas Davis for the Lakers, and something that a lot of the crowd was outraged over that. But he made contact over his leg. But it's the Lakers have had opportunities, but Shane Donovan, ever since that goal, has stepped up. And we saw Van Horne again in the box. I mean, he was all over the field for the Lakers so far as well. This is Fernando Martinez trying to get something going here. But this was a great. Shane Donovan got his left hand on it. Shane Donovan is left-handed, so I managed to tip it away from the goal right there. But they've been. See, all the time, it's been in the Lakers zone, but the Vulcans stand tall. Shane Donovan makes saves like that. He's making a couple risky plays as well, so there'll be something to see in the second half here. But some clarification from why the Vulcans were playing down a man for the last couple minutes. For all the substitutions, you need to have approval from the ref. And when they had that injury, when the injury was done, the Vulcans did not have a substitution ready, so they could not sub someone in the game, and they played down a man for the last couple minutes.
And we were talking to one of our crew members, Pat Slattery, who was our soccer go-to guy before this game, because both of us are not soccer aficionados by any sort of the mean, but he said the one thing California can do to really try and come back in this game is press a lot more. And whether that be with Jeffrey Kai or Georgie Babick, Tyler McCarthy, anybody else that can get up the field and start pressing in the box against Ryan Arvin. We're going to have to see who can step up for the Vulcans as this game goes on.
I mean, and they really do. I mean, this team, it's a very high-pressing Lakers team, but the fact that the Vulcans are only down one, considering how the Lakers came out just guns blazing is very impressive, and they give them that confidence that, hey, we're still in this game. We're only down by a goal. All we need a goal, and we can tie this game up. And all we need is 2 goals, and then we can win this game. It's not a task, but every time the Vulcans have had a big rush, there's always been a Laker defender there with their great speed they have to stop the Vulcan rush.
And not quite out of the corner, but this is going to set up an opportunity for California. Looks like that was number 6, Georgie Babick, sending it over towards the goal. It's cleared away by the Mercyhurst defender, though. Sent back upfield, but California with possession of it, trying to keep it in the zone. But Mercyhurst comes up with it now.
That speed away there, that was Ryan Lund. Just came out of just right out of the gut and pushed the ball away there, using that great speed this Lakers team overall has.
Now California with possession of the ball. And if you have not already noticed, I'll clarify it for you. But California and Mercyhurst have switched sides, so California going left to right now. The green of Mercyhurst going right to left. And we're getting someone attended to now for the Vulcans. Looks like that's number 24 for the Vulcans. Kevin Helbeg, the senior defender from Carnegie, Pennsylvania. He seems to be fine, though, so we're going to get back to play.
That's good. Don't want to see one of the senior players lose the rest of his final game here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. But good for him to stay on his feet as well.
Now, ball lost out of bounds. Try and see whose possession it's going to be. I think it's going to be Cal's.
No, Mercyhurst.
They actually are sending it to Mercyhurst. A little bit of confusion there, but thank you, Matt, for clearing that up. Mercyhurst with it now. Number 26, Mark Roche has it for the Lakers. Sends it over to number 11, Danny Deacon. And now right at midfield was number 2, Thomas Davis. Mercyhurst still controlling the ball pretty much for the entirety of the game. They've definitely had the possession in their favor. Probably about a little over 50% of the time they've had the ball. When California has it, they go on some streaks of being able to get into the box, but they just cannot finish off with some goals.
I mean, they just can't finish off because the Lakers' defense has just been right there. They haven't had enough consistency to get the offense in because the Lakers' defense is fast. Some of the defense is faster than some of the strikers for Cal. I mentioned that earlier in the first half. It's a scary thing, but you just have rush. They try to get something there, but Laker defender just runs right around them and steals the ball away, prevents further damage from happening.
And unfortunately, we lost a soccer ball on the field. It went over one of the side fences, and it's now in the back parts of the California University, Pennsylvania neighborhoods that are back here. I think this area is still technically Phillipsburg a little bit. That's one of those history lessons that I'm not sure on. But the ball is lost now, but California with an opportunity here. But the ball's going to be just a little bit ahead of California, but it's going to be California ball. We'll see if it's going to be a corner or not, though. It looks like it will be, so a corner coming for California in just a moment with an opportunity to try and tie this one up with 40-45 left to go.
And to clarify on that, Phillips, we got clarification from our CTV truck. Phillipsburg is no more, but it's just this facility is. That's what's remaining of Phillipsburg.
So the corner coming for California. Sent over. It's a very high one. Overshoots everybody. Trying to send towards the goal, but it's hit out of bounds on the head of a California player. I could not tell who that was from our vantage point. But now Mercer is going to come up with it, and that's the problem I've seen with California's corners. They've had a few of them in this game, but when they do them, they send them up very high and arcing. They don't send them straight line, try and get an easy header, try and go into the back of the net.
Well, and then the Lakers defenders have time to try to counter that and set their feet. But Georgie Babick has been the one taking the corners for the Vulcans, and he definitely has been sending them a bit too high. Notice that again there, but definitely needed a good ball to get inside and try to get an opportunity for a goal.
Yeah, the best header I can recall in my memory that I've seen in a long time was, of course, the header for the United States. I believe they were playing Ghana in the first game of the World Cup this year, and Ghana came back and tied it late, but United States able to get a late header to end up winning that game, and that would be pivotal in them advancing. Maybe it's going to come down to a corner kick on a header. Maybe it's going to come down to a penalty kick. Maybe it's going to come down to a free kick that you sent to net. Something has to go the Vulcans' way because everything tonight so far has been going towards the Lakers.
And that ball was a little too much there, but Tyler Woolham trying to corral it, and he does, so good play there. But, yeah, John Brooks there with that great header goal against Ghana. I know it was funny. Somebody updated his Wikipedia page and said he's the greatest American since Abraham Lincoln. So I got a kick out of that one.
Now California with possession of it again, but it's stolen away by Merciers and it's sent out of bounds. It's going to be California ball towards the corner. I don't think it's going to be a corner, though, so it's going to be California possession sent in. That was Georgie who had it stolen away from him. Now going to be sent in by Brad Colvin, the senior midfielder. Sent in towards the box. Header there, but California kicks it, and it hits the fencing that's beyond the goal. Does not go out of the stadium, but California sees an opportunity to go away yet again, not being able to finish it off.
Right idea. Too much height on that kick right there because he had the left corner open in the net mouth there. So, but it liked the rush. So the Vulcans are spending more time in their own zone to start the half than they did in the first half when the game started.
And to quote the great Cody Jeanette, one of our announcers here, you called it the goal mouth. It doesn't matter what part of the mouth it goes in. It's still going to count. You just got to find a way to get it in there.
Yep.
I hope he watches this now so he can know that.
We'll make him watch it.
Oh, we'll make him watch it. But we're back to action. 37 and a half minutes left to go. California with opportunity. There's two men against the goalie. Send it over. It's a California goal. Tie it up. What an opportunity there. I'm confused as to why there's no offsides there. So I'm going to ask our crew to ask Pat, who's up on camera, to kind of explain this for us, why there's no offsides. But that's number 18, Tyler Woolham, getting the goal. Senior night for the senior.
Oh, it was perfect. Now a yellow card for the Lakers. So I think some of the Lakers players were wondering why it wasn't an offside, started mouthing off to the refs there. But that was a great setup there. And 2-0 rush. Unbelievable turn of events here. This game's tied. It is unbelievable how this game is tied right now. The Vulcans are playing inspired, and the Lakers they got to shut that out right now because it's tensions are running high because there's some arguing. So they can get in their heads right now. Vulcans can take advantage here.
And that net was wide open. It was 2-on-none. All you need was a simple pass. It's kind of like in hockey, just pass it back and forth. Eventually someone's going to be open and you're going to have an opportunity at a goal. And that's what happened. Woolham tying it up. So the goals tonight belong to Van Horne about maybe 5-7 minutes in. Now Woolham about 8 minutes into this second half. California with some new life as you have number 19, Corey Kuzilla with it, the defender, sending it over but right to a Mercier's defender. You can sense the excitement starting to build in the fans and the California team. They realize, hey, we've got Mercier's on the ropes here.
Oh, they absolutely do. And I love to see the emotion there from Tyler Woolham. I believe his family's in the stands right now on his senior night, and he showed up a little like a heart symbol with his hands. So the guy feel good for him, and he's been a very underrated player for the Vulcans these last few seasons. So great goal.
Now this one going to be sent out of bounds by the California player. So Mercier's going to have possession of it. Looked like that was Corey Kuzilla who sent it out. Mercier's with it now. That's number 18, John Mbamara.
I know. That's how I said it.
We apologize if we are butchering your name at all, sir. You're a graduate student from London, England. He is a defenseman. Now we're going to get a stoppage as it looks like a couple of Mercier's players. Well, actually, no, just one because another one, Mbamara, was tying his shoe. There's a Mercier's player down. Cannot tell who it is. Looks like it's number 11, Danny Deacon, one of the star sophomores for this Laker team. But we've really not called his name a whole lot tonight, either from Jack Watson. We've seen him maybe once or twice. The big players from Mercier's have really kind of been shut down. As we look at that goal again, the feed came from Georgie Babick over to Tyler Woolham.
He got the Lakers. The Lakers were just caught napping there. You just see one defender in a wide open net. I couldn't believe it. Just see it was a 2-0 rush. That's something you normally never see there.
Now a header sent to the net. It's not sent in. I thought that one was going in. Oh my goodness! I thought that was going in, but a very, very fortuitous save. Donovan looking up like, thank you, soccer gods, for not letting that go in. Because honestly, I thought
that was in too.
I thought that was going to be an own goal, honestly, from the way it was looking. But a break for California. Maybe the tide's starting to turn to the red and black instead of the green and white.
And, I mean, a very similar looking play. That's exactly what they were trying to do against Bloomsburg, but it was too close in front of the net there. So the Vulcans are definitely playing a smart ball. That ball went out there. And looks like the Lakers will get possession. But let me see this again here. Donovan tips it with his hand and almost a header. I believe that went off of Lubos right there.
Yeah, Lubos was able to get his foot right down in front of it. Donovan tipped it out, but a player there for Mercier's tried to head it back in. But Lubos, basically his foot was able to block it out. But we could hear a chant coming from the California crowd. Could not hear what it was. But we're back to action. 34-40 left to go. California maybe trying to spring the big upset. Our director, Gary Smith, was talking, it's senior night. A lot of these players, Mercyhurst is a big-time opponent. They want to come out with a big-time performance and end their careers at Phillipsburg Soccer Complex in a big way.
Oh, and absolutely have. And Shane Donovan's got a favorite person in the world is Lubos right now. But Lubos has been the best defender on the field for the Vulcans so far right there. And he made the save of the game right now. He's only a defenseman. And
Lubos is a junior, so he will be coming back next year. So he'll probably be the star player that the Vulcans have. In terms of defense, the senior defenseman, Kevin Helbig, he will be leaving, so you're going to have to replace him. But Lubos is definitely able to fill that job as we've seen so far tonight. California controlling it at midfield now. Sending it, over to number 19, Corey Kuzilla, the defender. Trying to go up. That is number 16 with possession, but there's going to be a flag. It's going to be Mercier's possession. Looks like they're going to call the whistle for Jesse Shirer for trying to go around the Lakers player.
Yeah, it's a tough play right there. It's really on top of Thomas Davis. So it's big jostling here. Now the Lakers are trying to do a huge counter strike right here.
And there's a man open. That's Danny Deacon. He sends it to the net. It's stopped momentarily by the California defender. Now almost taken away. But Mercier's still with it. That's Umbamara. Now Mercier's trying with another opportunity. It's just going to go out of bounds. California possession. And we've really seen the pace pick up a lot for both of these squads, especially Mercyhurst. They realize, okay, well, darn. We thought this game was easy-handed for us tonight, but California's really giving us a ride for our money.
And soccer's a funny game with that. This Vulcans team, it's a very inspired soccer they're playing right now. They're leaving it all on the line right there. Another good defense. We saw Kevin Helbig there make another great play on defense, and the ball that was sent out there from Deacon was a little too much. That how it sailed away there, but there's definitely a sense of urgency for the Lakers. Now, probably this is the fastest we've seen them since, I'd say, the first 10 minutes of that first half. So maybe that goal or non-goal, even the frustrations, maybe a bit of a wake-up call for the Lakers, saying, "Hey, if we don't play well, we might lose this game and get upset."
Opportunity again for California.
Offsides.
There's going to be an offsides call. Thank you for seeing that, Matt, as there was an opportunity there. Cannot tell who that Vulcan is that had the opportunity to get it in.
That was Delgado. It's 21 all the way over there.
It looks like Delgado. Your eyesight is clearly better than mine. I have contacts, and
I have contacts too.
They don't even help most of the time. So we have two blind men calling this game. That's not going to be good. But we see Fernando Martinez controlling it, sending over to the Laker teammate, but it goes out of bounds off of his foot. So California with possession again. And again, out of bounds off the Lakers. And you have two players trying to throw it in for California. At the exact same time, there was a ball thrown on both of them. They jumped at the exact same time and came down. It's like we're looking at synchronized gymnastics out there in the field instead of soccer, the way that happened.
That was fun. I enjoyed myself watching that. I've never seen that before.
We've seen all kinds of things here tonight. We've
Yeah.
seen almost own goals. We've seen no goals called. We've seen synchronized gymnastics now. We've seen a great goal from Tyler Woolham to tie it up, and the great goal early on from Richard Van Horne to give the lead to Mercyhurst.
And that was a great assist there that was set up with it and made the play possible here. But here's a big counter rush coming for the Lakers.
California has numbers though, and it's kicked out of bounds. Actually, not out of bounds. Mercyhurst is going to elect to keep it in. Mark Roche looked like that might have been Lubos who got it away, but I'm not sure.
That was for the Vulcans. That was Brad Colvin, midfielder. He's able. Jack Watson. If he did not make contact with that ball, Watson was going in alone.
And you never want Watson going in alone. He has 15 goals this year, 35 points overall. He is clearly the best offensive player that Mercyhurst has, and he's only a redshirt sophomore, so you got maybe at least a year more, depending on his decision whether or not to come back after he graduates or not. But
the core's set for the Lakers. They're going to be a factor, and they're going to be at top of the PSAC standings for a long time.
And because the thing is, a lot of these seniors for the Lakers are not even playing tonight. You have a couple like Patrick Gehring, Carl Vybeck, Kevin Barry, the goaltender James Von Staldwin, who's not playing either. So you got a lot of young players as that one just goes wide. Donovan, I don't even know if he got a hand on that one, but it just went wide. Lucky there for California, didn't go in.
And just seeing how this game goes, I basically see every team, both of these teams are going to get about, I'd say, 10 minutes of good chances to get the ball, and basically first goal is going to win.
So now, sent up for a Mercyhurst corner. It's sent up. It's kicked out of bounds by the California defender, though. Mercyhurst's going to throw it in. Have an opportunity here. Under 30 minutes, we have 28:50 to go. Mercyhurst back at midfield trying to regroup. California trying to defend it away. Finally get the ball away there, but it's still in control with Mercyhurst. Danny Deacon has it. Jukes his way around a couple defenders. Now sent up towards the box. California able to head it away. California with control, tries to send to midfield, but it hits off a Mercyhurst player. Mercyhurst still has possession in California territory.
But yeah, Lakers are really starting to counter rush here. The Vulcans are sending up a big pressure up front here, trying to prevent mess here.
Now trying to find Deacon. He's over in the corner, just grabs it before it goes out of bounds. Deacon trying to shake the defender, sends it up to the net. Oh, a header opportunity there from Mbamara. Goes over the net. Mercyhurst had a great setup on that play before it went just wide.
Oh, there's too much on that. Top shelf of the net was open there. You could see Mbamara in there grabbing the net in frustration because the Lakers have had a lot of chances here, but the Vulcans are just closing. They're just closing in. They're closing them out and hanging on. I mean, you could say they're hanging on for dear life a little bit, but as long as it stays tied, the Vulcans are still having the same chance as the Lakers to get the first goal here at 50-50.
Mercyhurst with it again. Danny Deacon sending it over. California able to head it out. Mercyhurst still with possession, though. Sent towards midfield. Does not get there just yet. Right in front of the Mercyhurst bench. The Lakers still control it. California needs to find a way to get the ball out of their own zone. They've been there for the maybe past 2 minutes or so. Now Mercyhurst with it again. California's defense is starting to fail. And there's going to be a whistle against California. And that's going to give a free kick to Mercyhurst, and they have it. And a couple of the California players are just standing around. And now no whistle there as the California defender pushed down a Laker player, and there's no whistle. We've seen a couple of plays just go without whistles tonight that probably should have gotten a call on them.
Yeah, and it's both a good thing and a bad thing because the refs are starting to let him play a little bit. That was Lubos there on the contact there, but it's definitely letting him play there. Ooh.
And Donovan able to slide up and save it. If he let that one go for any reason, though, that was an easy goal right there. I believe that's Watson. Yep. For the Lakers, he would have an easy opportunity to get another goal.
Watson's getting these speed chances here to get the ball here, but it's a great pass.
That's Woolham, I believe, It's sent out of bounds. Let's see whose possession it is. It's going to be a goal kick, I believe they're calling it. So, but a great pass there from Donovan all the way downfield to Woolham, I think it was. If he was able to get a little bit better of a kick on that one, that would have been a great opportunity. So we're going to get a substitution for California. Cannot tell who went off.
It was number 19, Kuzilla.
It looks like we're getting number 11, Russell Tattersall, into the game. That's the first time we've seen him tonight. And now another pass. An opportunity for California rising, but Mercier's defender there to clear it away. That's Tyler Woolham again. He's really starting to abuse the back end of the Mercier's defense.
Yeah, and Ryan Lund there for the Lakers, trying to just keep it going there, but the Lakers get a lot of big stretches with good defense. And just that last minute surge to get the ball out of the way.
Now Mercier's with it again, setting it towards the box. That's Roche with it. Now sends it down to Deacon. Deacon back to Roche. Roche towards the net. Header there, opportunity, it's a goal! Mercyhurst, Shane Donovan was just standing around, not able to react to the goal for Mercyhurst. That's another score, make it 2-1. Could not see who that was on the goal. We'll see a minute on the replay, I'm sure. We'll look at it right now.
And the Vulcans were just on borrowed time, in my opinion. The Lakers were just pushing so hard, and it was a matter of time to set up here. This ball was placed perfectly. That was Deacon passing it back there to Roche. Roche sends it in. That was, I believe that was that was Fernando Martinez with the goal to get the Lakers the lead right there. But, I mean, it was only a matter of time before Mercyhurst was going to strike. It was only a matter of time. And credit the Vulcans for playing tough and keeping them off the scoreboard for so long.
Yeah, in my mind, it was going to come down in this game to who scored next. Because now we're going to get a whistle against California here for pushing down a Mercier's player. Looks like that was Mbamara who went down. But yeah, on that goal, that was Martinez from Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Honduras, another great soccer nation. But I believed whoever scored next was going to win this game, because if the momentum shifted back to California again, that might have drained Mercier's of all they had in this one, thinking, great, now we have to come back against a pretty good defensive team. Donovan just let that goal go in, and I don't mean to slight the effort by him, but he kind of was just standing there watching Martinez do what he was doing before he got the ball in the back of the net.
And credit Donovan, he's had a great game, but there's a reason why his save percentage is only .635 compared to Arvin at .815 there. And we almost had another goal right there. So the Lakers are just trying to get these chances here. But Donovan stood tall tonight. He's definitely exceeded my expectations. I mean, the challenge is going to be tough against probably the top offense in the PSAC. But he's held his own considering some of the games where he was absolutely thrashed. Seton Hill got 4 goals on him. District of Columbia got 3 goals on him. So he's definitely played well. He's definitely played with a lot of heart tonight, trying to go out on a high note. But even if the Vulcans cannot score here and the score stays the same, he's definitely, in my opinion, should have his head held up high.
Yeah, there was a span of 3 games early on in the year where District of Columbia, Walsh, and Slippery Rock each scored 3 goals in the game. And Donovan has been the only goalie this year for California. Aaron Donnelly has not gotten in. I'm curious to see if he will get in tonight because it is senior night. And he is a senior goalkeeper as well. But since then, only once has a team scored more than 2 goals in a game against Donovan, and that was Seton Hill, who scored 4. But California also scored 3, so their offense was able to do the job. Donovan just had a bad day, but he's really improved since then. And now you get a kick blocked away by California. You have 22:38 left in the second half.
I mean, Vulcans, again, they're still playing great defense right there because the Lakers came again with a huge counter rush there, but I'm not seeing a lot of pressing. I feel like the Vulcans may be a little tired. They might be that little thing I talked about in the first half with more depth for the Lakers, more people to sub in and more fresh legs out there. It's something that's starting to see there, and I mean, I couldn't see who that was. That was Jesse Schreiner for the Vulcans there, almost got ran over by 3 Lakers defenders.
Now an opportunity at the top of the box is stolen away by the Lakers. The Lakers have numbers rushing at the California defense. That is Davis with it. Sent back over to Davis. He's nearing the corner. Sends it over to Watson. Watson towards the middle of the field to Navarro. Now sent back out. California able to get it away. Arvin going to chase it down. Send it over to a Mercyhurst player. That's Roche, number 26.
Great play there by Luciano to keep the further Laker rush to get into the Vulcan zone there. So I definitely like what I'm seeing out of Luciano. He's going to be a great player going forward for the Vulcans, only as a freshman.
Now Roche sending it over to Navarro. Navarro tripping up a little bit, still maintains control. That is Gregory John Andrews, number 21 with it. Not called his name a lot tonight so far. Mercier still with it, sends it to the box. Donovan's just going to catch it on a bounce and wait for the troops to march downfield.
Gregory John Andrews, that is quite the name there. That's just three first names. They didn't include his middle name in there, so that's good.
Now Mercier is with it at midfield. John Andrews sends it down. Watson is there. He has control, but it's lost. And that is Elizar Luciano able to get it away, but it's still going to be Mercyhurst ball. So we're going to get a sub here for Mercyhurst.
That was Watson just continued. Watson's so close to just breaking through the line there. But, credit the Vulcans for shutting him down tonight for the most part. So, excellent effort. They've contained the Lakers' two top guns right there. And one of the players I haven't seen this half has been Richard Van Horne. So, he was probably the biggest factor for the Lakers in the first half. Maybe getting some rest, getting some new players in. For strategy of soccer is very different. So,
Van Horne is not out on the field right now. Sent over, an opportunity for another goal for Mercier, sent wide past Donovan. He's not able to block it away, but California avoids another score from the Lakers.
Vulcans out there, but the Vulcans are hanging on for dear life here. Lakers, with one goal right now for the Vulcans, the way the Lakers have been pressing seems like 4 goals, but the Vulcans are still only down 1 goal with 19 minutes left. They have time for one last effort, one big rush left to try to tie this game before it's extra time.
Yeah, Barry Mackabee, the first time we've called his name tonight, he sends it out, and now we're going to get a whistle against Delgado, I believe. It's going to be a free kick from Mercyhurst. Also in there was Georgie. Now a free kick from Roche. The free kick was interfered with. Delgado now is going to get a yellow card for interfering with that free kick. He clearly put his foot in there after the free kick, so they're going to retry the free kick now. Delgado forced to back up. And now Roche just getting it off too fast, waiting for the referee to be ready, and he just got it away immediately. So we're going to try it again for the third time on the free kick.
When he gets the card there, he has to write it down on a slip of paper of who it is so he can get his card back in his pocket.
So Roche with a free kick now, sends it over to the opposite side of the field towards midfield. Back into the Mercyhurst zone for a little bit. Mercyhurst still controls it though, sends it into California territory. California takes it away though. Rush opportunity. Pass is stopped by the Mercyhurst defender. Watson there, tries to head it down for himself. Goes to another Mercyhurst player though.
Lubos just trucked over a Laker player there, but I don't think I think they're just going to call that it was out on Lubos because some of the Lakers players are throwing their hands up. They could have been a foul too.
Now, Lubos has played a little bit more aggressive in this half, but he's not gotten a card yet. There is still 18 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this half, and possibly only California's opportunity to come back in this game.
But when you're down, especially when you're down now, and Lakers who's starting to spend in a lot of time in the Vulcan zone, basically camping out in the Vulcan zone, you got to play aggressive and try aggressive more than often, and take risks and make contact and try to just be more physical to get the ball out of the way and try to set up a counterattack.
Now, we've still not seen that press that we talked about at the beginning of the half that California really needs to employ. And you know what I just noticed? Jeffrey Kai is not on the field. I just noticed that. I'm thinking, where's Jeffrey Kai at? He's been the star player. He's not out on the field. And there's 2 subs waiting for California to come in as well.
They're not Jeffrey Kai.
Yeah, so this is an interesting development. Jeffrey Kai not on the field, the best player the Vulcans have by a long shot, in my opinion. He's definitely the star on this team. not out there, where's your offense going to come from? I know Tyler Willem did get that goal, but how often can you rely on just another guy to get a goal? It's going to have to come from somewhere, and it might be an unknown source up until this point in the season.
Tyler Willem is the guy, one of the subs. I cannot see the other number for the Vulcans, but I can tell by Tyler Willem's hair that I can see that it's him on the other sideline.
Yeah, that's how I tell Kai apart too. His hair looks like he could go flying with the top that he has. It's a very good-looking do. I will give him that.
Yes.
It's buzzed on one side and completely long and curly on the other. It's a soccer hairstyle. As you see so many soccer players with all the hairstyles that they like.
Yeah.
So California now going to be a free kick to Merciers with 16:20 to go. California running out of time. The minutes ticking by. It seems like this game has gone pretty fast. I know it's, like I said before, Gary Smith said this game might go fast. It's still 90 minutes, but that 90 minutes has seemed to really go pretty fast here tonight.
Yeah, there haven't been a lot of extended injuries except for Luciano when he was tended to by the trainer. But I mean, it's definitely been a quick-moving game. Not a lot of stoppages, and the best part about college soccer that I enjoy the most. There's no extra time. I mean, you don't know what extra time. That's one of the reasons why I'm not like the biggest. I don't really try to dive into soccer professionally, because the extra time just annoys me because you don't know when the game's gonna end.
Yeah, that I don't like extra time. The only part of soccer I like is penalty kicks. It gets really amped up and exciting, and the first time I can say I really sat down and watched a World Cup was 2010 in South Africa, but I didn't really get interested in the penalty kicks until the Women's World Cup the year later, when USA and Brazil were in penalty kicks, and then USA and Japan too, and Hope Solo and goalie, frustrating as she is, able to make a couple saves, and the goals from Abby Wambach and company, but penalty kicks are really something I like to see. But it's going to take a lot to be able to get there tonight, as we have 15-15 left to go.
It is one of the most exciting things in sports, but with that U.S. game against Portugal where Ronaldo sent up the one player, I forget who scored for Portugal. I know Ronaldo got the assist though, but they went past the time the ref put on his sheet. So we'll see here. The Vulcans will get the ball back, but why put up 4 minutes if there's just going to be even more time? So. But that's my soccer rant on the day about extra time. So back to action.
So on the year, we've had a extra time rant and a Gary Bettman rant from the two of us. So let's keep that going as we continue on our sports broadcasts for the year. We've also had a Creed sing-along on News Center as well. So a great highlight of the year so far.
Oh, yes.
Now this one sent back in by Merciers towards Arvin, the goaltender. California really starting to rush now, though. They realize that time is crunching. You've got Kuzila down there trying to rush towards the ball. Mercier still controls it, though. California able to kick it away. It's going to go out of bounds zone. Mercier's possession in Cal territory.
And Lubos with a nice hooking kick there to stop the Laker attack from going there. He's trying to set up Uday Aurora from Ontario. Not even going to try to pronounce that town, but he's from Ontario, so.
I will try and do that. Mississauga, Ontario.
Okay, so close to Mississippi, but
close to Mississippi.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, Mississauga, Ontario. I believe he's one of a couple Canadian players.
Yeah,
There's one from Toronto, Woodbridge, Mississauga, Brampton.
I see 4. Yeah,
and
Toronto, Woodbridge, Mississauga, and Brampton. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I got. And Cal used to have a couple Canadian players on the team that had graduated 2 years ago. I can't think of his name, but when I was on clinical, I remember the one was from Toronto.
And there's also another player from Calgary, the goaltender James Van Stalduinen. He is from Calgary, so a couple of Canadian players there. Are none on the California roster at the moment. There are a couple Germans, an Irish player, and a Czech, as well as we mentioned before in Lubos, but a lot of them from Pennsylvania, with some Virginia thrown in there as well.
Yeah, it's a very homegrown state team that the Vulcans have right there. And I mean, it's good. Pennsylvania has some really good competitive soccer in the scholastic level and high school level. I know from being from my part of the county, it's a big soccer county, so it's good to be homegrown. But to throw that international flair in a little bit that Mercyhurst does, it really pays dividends.
I know one of the new recruits, Jeremy Perez, he's from Denora, from a Whippeal athlete school from Ringgold High School, so maybe recruiting a little bit more closely to some of the bigger teams in the area, try and get some of the talent that's homegrown, like you mentioned, as we have 12 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Mercer's still with it, trying to extend that lead. If they get another goal, make it 3-1, I think this one's all but over, but California still has time to try and get that equalizer. You know, you mentioned before the Portugal game, waiting until the 11th hour to score. Maybe Cal can do the exact same thing.
But the difference is their set time. Once that time is done, that time is done. So, but they definitely got 11 minutes to go. They have enough time for one last big counter rush.
Mercer setting it up. It's Deacon with it, sending it at the net. Donovan misses. Kicked away by California defender, though. There was a Mercyhurst player there. Looked like it was Watson, who could have had an opportunity at a goal. California now with control of it at midfield. There's a couple players there. 2-on-4, now 3-on-4 for the Vulcans. Sending it upfield, but Mercyhurst is going to beat the California player there. That's the problem. Mercyhurst is a lot faster than California we've seen so far tonight.
Oh, yeah. But it's just trying to just keep that in. There's a lot of sets. But I look back at this game right now. It's 2-1. Tyler Woolham had the equalizer in the second half to tie the game 1. But remember back in the first half when he was set up pretty much all alone in the front of the net and he slipped there. There's a missed opportunity that right now it could be a tie game right now. But it's one of those opportunities definitely going in the back. But Mercyhurst also had Vulcans had one chance. The Vulcans are very lucky this game isn't 7-1. So it's both counted, but in a close game, it's one to look at there. But the Vulcans have played. They've exceeded my expectations. They've exceeded my expectations of how they play, but they came out and played very inspired and held their own. I mean, this Mercyhurst team is going to go very deep in the playoffs.
California with possession of it now. Bad pass from the foot of Brad Colvin. Goes out of bounds off of California. Mercyhurst with possession. 10-10 to go in this one, so we're just about 10 minutes away from the finish unless California can strike the equalizer. Mercer's with it now, sending it into the box. Jack Watson, he gets the nail in the coffin and hammers it in. Donovan came out to chase the ball, but Watson finally gets his score, makes it 3-1 with 9:55 to go. And Matt, we mentioned the effort from California tonight. I really thought they were going to have one last counter rush opportunity, but now making it 3-1, I think their hopes are gone.
Bad read there by Donovan. I think he got very, very aggressive and saw Watson coming all alone, which, I mean, it was a matter of time before he was going to rush like that, but he read it poorly there. He should have probably stayed back and tried to defend, but would be way out of the net there. It's an easy goal for Watson every time. And Tyler Woolham just got struck in the leg. And there should have been a call on that one.
Yeah, no call. Number 11 for Mercyhurst is the one that hit him, Danny Deacon, and Woolham is down. It's near his calf and ankle area. He's trying to walk it off. We see Mbamara giving him a handshake, making sure he's okay. But Tyler Woolham, the only goal scorer tonight for California in a 3-1 matchup. A late hit there, no call. We've seen a lot of calls not be thrown out there tonight when there probably should have been some, as we mentioned before.
I mean, Woolham tried to get aggressive. I mean, he got aggressive off the Facebook. Wow. Wow. All right. The face-off.
Well.
Sorry. The face-off. And he got tripped up there by the Laker defender right there. But they just trying to make something happen right there. I credit Woolham's play so far.
We have 9 minutes to go in the game. Another rush coming from Mercyhurst here now, though. It's 2-on-2.
Top two scorers for the Lakers.
That's Deacon, and now sent over to Mbamara. He trips a little bit. Donovan saves it away. Kick back towards midfield for the Vulcans. Mercyhurst still with it. Roche able to make a nice save. Deacon with it now. Mercyhurst, I guess they're not okay with just 3 goals. Their offense, one of the best in the PSAC. They want to get as many as they can. Coming into this one, they've scored 41 goals on the year in 14 games that make it 44 in 13 now. So that's just over 3 a game. So Mercier's maybe trying to boost those averages going into the regional rankings, try and maybe get that number 1 seed as well.
I mean, it's always good to pad the stats as well. I mean, Jack Watson's got 16 goals now. I believe that leads the PSAC, so it's always good. Deacon, maybe try to get Deacon a goal to try to get his 9th there. But it's a very, very Arsenal-led, very weapons-led team, excuse me. They have a lot of weapons in their arsenal is what I was trying to go for there. And they get a lot of scores, and it's a very spread-out scoring attack as well.
California now with possession, sends it over to Kuzilla. He's in Mercier's territory, sending it down the field. That's Woolham. He's tripped up. It's going to be California possession, though. So California trying to rush back, maybe get another goal, try and put Mercier's back on their toes. 7:25 to go.
Cannot see who's right there, so. But it'd be also nice to see if the Vulcans can get one last goal as well. Try and make this 3-2, and they'll try to make it here. It's good throwing, really good throwing.
Good throw in, blocked away by the Mercier's defender though. California trying to chase it down. Mercier's comes up with it. It's 4 on 3 now. Mercier's with another opportunity. Sends it down. Donovan gonna chase it down this time though. Wasn't able to on the Watson goal. Wisely makes the decision to go grab it this time.
Yeah, and he was trying to get it out to Deacon there, but Colvin already had a lane on him, so Deacon just pulled back and let Donovan grab the ball right there. So now the Lakers probably trying to play keep away, but they're not going to have a very much success playing keep away because the Vulcans are going to be very aggressive. But something noticed the contrast the games. When we were, I was able to call the Vulcans IEP women's soccer game we did with Jen Germano, but there wasn't very much of a sense of urgency for IEP down 2. Vulcans were able to play keep away there, but I expect a lot of aggression here, and they're definitely showing a lot of aggression.
California with possession of it now, on top of their own box. And Bomera chasing it down. He's going to get it out of bounds, but it will be California ball. That was Kuzilla who had it. A good clear by Bomera. With 5:55 left to go. California's hopes of upsetting the Lakers really starting to fade away. Now you got Georgie with it. It's kicked out of bounds, Mercyhurst. So it's going to be California possession. That is going to be Brad Colvin sending it in.
But now for these seniors like Colvin right there, their final minutes at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility are starting to wind down. So maybe we could see another senior get a goal, really make it heartwarming, a bit heartwarming for their parents that are here tonight and also for the team as well. And it gives some momentum going forward because they got to go up the area this weekend. That's going to be no easy task against Gannon.
Now Watson with another opportunity. Oh, Donovan with a pretty good save. Donovan throwing his hands up for some reason.
He thought he wanted him to be off. He thought he was offsides.
But nonetheless, a very good save from Donovan, able to clear that one away from Watson, who definitely could have had another goal. That would have given him 17 on the year. But Donovan, a great save. You mentioned before that 64% save percentage has really come into play here tonight, and 1.74 goals against. Donovan's had a good game. He's just had a couple mistakes that have led to the goals.
Just poor decision making for them. I mean, on that third goal by Watson he read that did read that a little wrong there. And then the second goal there, he didn't act quick enough. He didn't act quick enough on the attempt there from Martinez. But nonetheless, he's played outstanding, and he kept the game. He's the big reason why the Vulcans had a chance to try to win this game there, as that ball went on into the crowd.
And one thing I just noticed that I talked about the press that California needs earlier. One thing I just noticed, Mercier speeds back down the field. California takes their time. They let things build in front of them before getting down the field. I like Mercier's approach a little bit better, going at it yourself, letting the other team come behind you and try and set up on the fly instead of letting them set up and go at them and attack their defense instead.
But and the Lakers can also use that speed as their advantage as well to get behind the defense when they're all set up in front there.
Now Martinez controls it for the Lakers. We have 3:20 left to go. So there's still time for California, in a sense, to come back and tie this one. But getting 2 goals in 3 minutes is going to be a very tough task, as we're going to get a whistle here. It's going to be a free kick for California coming up.
Yeah, Mbera clipped, I believe it was Tyler McCarthy for the Vulcans, so the Lakers will get a call there. A little miscommunication there on the throw-in, so we'll let Donovan tee it up.
Donovan going to kick it from just under the circle. Going to kick it to his teammate. That is Kuzilla, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Mercier's ball. Kuzilla not happy with himself in the effort. Right there, just sending it out of bounds off the kick.
Yeah, he's not happy with how he positioned his leg there to kick the ball, but Vulcan's trying to get it back. But he just no sustained pressure. That's been the difference. That's why the Lakers have the 3-1 advantage right now. It's just not a lot of sustained pressure that they needed to. They had the great pressure that led to that 1 goal, but every answer the Vulcans tried to do, the Lakers came back in force and controlled the ball, controlled possession, and controlled the field position where they've been spending more time the Vulcans in.
Now California possesses it. Cal still with it, stopped in his tracks. This is the California attacker. It's going to be California possession though, as it went out of bounds off of Mercier's player. Now with it, David Deemer sends it over, but teammate is not there, but there is going to be a whistle, so a free kick coming for California, and this is just outside the box. This is a premium scoring area sometimes. Maybe someone be able to get a goal off of this one.
Definitely have a good chance here. Try to get up. I believe there's a little confusion again on the kick in there. I think they tried to go a little quick there, but the ref was not ready to set the ball. So, but looks like it will be Georgie Babic setting it up here. Seeing which direction he goes.
And they have not stopped the clock. There's 1:05 left to go. They're not stopping the clock. Fans cheering for it to stop the clock, and there's a goal. I believe that was a goal. Maybe it. Oh, you know what? It went off the side of the net. It looked like that was a goal from this vantage point. That would have been a great goal off the free kick.
Missile. That was a missile from the leg of Babic. Oh, tough break. You'd like to see him. That would have been his 4th goal of the season. 4 as a freshman.
Now Donovan sending back to midfield. We have 34 seconds left to go, so it looks like Merciers will come away with the victory in this one. California going to have a chance for another rush with it at midfield, sending it down. You have Woolham, you have Delgado. Woolham with it now. Woolham, who had the goal before. Woolham sitting in the box. There's a man there. Sends it in. Oh, great save there by Arvin. Could not tell who that was on the shot. Looked like it might have been Georgie. But great save there. You have under 10 seconds now. You got 5 seconds left, and this one is over. Merciers will win 3-1. Arvin going to send it to midfield, but that's going to be the final kick. So the final horn sounds, Matt, and California gave it a good run, but Merciers came out at the end.
Oh, they absolutely did. I'm very, very proud with how the Vulcans played tonight. They came out, they played inspired, they held their own. And that 3-1 score is not indicative because Vulcans played very competitive. Great goal there by Tyler Woolham. And they got to like their play. They can build off of this. The last 3 games, they can try to score some wins and just sneak in the playoffs. As for Mercyhurst, we're going to see them go deep and probably have a PSAC championship.
Well, that will be all for here tonight on CUTV. Merciers comes away with the win 3-1. Next broadcast, Jeff Morgan Carmichael's in the Blue Bowl High School Football Game of the Week. Thank you for watching. For all the crew and Matt Hagee, I'm Zach Prospa. Merciers wins 3-1.